Good morning and welcome to my next video log. Winter's certainly landed at Billanook in the last couple of days and it's been really quite cold. This week we've got a very special video log this week because it's a very important time in the life of the school. It's a time of sadness, but also of celebrating the enormous contribution of Cheryl Mutabazi, Deputy Principal at the school, who, as you would know, concludes her time in that position at the end of this term. Cheryl's been at Billanook for 28 years, and she is, what I always say, is the holder of the flame of the school. And so I thought it'd be wonderful for Zoe and Lenny, our middle school captains, to spend a little bit of time with Cheryl, providing her with the opportunity to reflect on her time at the school and the things that she feels makes Billanook such a great school. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
When did you begin your Billanook journey and what made you decide to stay?
Okay, when I started at Billanook it was 1986, and that was just 6 years after the school had started. I started at Billanook because prior to that I'd been teaching in government schools for 10 years, and I'd been at 3 different government schools. And they wouldn't let me go back to teach part-time. I'd just had my second baby. So at that point, I started looking for other jobs. And I was living in Upwey, and I was thinking about Billanook as a school for my girls. And I thought, what better way to find out what the school's like than to actually teach in it. I stayed at Billanook. I didn't expect to stay a whole 28 years. But the reason that I stayed at Billanook was because Billanook gave me the opportunity to do a whole range of different things. So in the time that I've been here, I've had at least 2 different careers. So I spent about 6 years teaching senior English. Then I moved out of the classroom into what was called a human resources position. One of the first in schools in Melbourne. So my role was actually to set up the HR function in the school because we hadn't had one previously. And then 10 years later, I took on the role of Deputy Principal. And that was something that I hadn't ever expected when I started at Billanook either. And that was another learning journey. So I've spent my life at Billanook learning.
So 28 years has been a long time. What was your most memorable experience here at Billanook?
Zoe, I've had so many. It's been amazing. I remember when I first came here, I had a Year 11 English class. The students said to me, I think we need more homework. And I went, what? I can't believe this. I went home to my husband and I said, this school is incredible. The kids are amazing. So that was a pretty memorable experience given where I had come from. Other really memorable experiences are leading delegations internationally to Round Square conferences. So we went to Kenya, which was extraordinary. Getting our 250 litre tanks, water tanks, was pretty exciting for me. Getting $50,000 to put solar panels on the gym roof. Another extraordinary time for me was the bushfires here not so long ago. But what was really special about it was that the Billanook community came together to support our family. And what they suggested was a dinner. I don't know how many people came to that dinner, but we had an auction. We auctioned a huge number of things, all of which were donated. And we raised $30,000. That was extraordinary. And we were able to support a whole range of families in a whole range of ways. The other one for me was just recently. It was last year. It was a senior school assembly. And at this assembly, one of the students delivered the most extraordinary speech. And as part of that speech, actually came out and expressed their sexual orientation. That was an incredibly courageous thing to do.
So you're finishing up your time here at Billanook. Where will your journey go after Billanook?
I'm finishing at Billanook because my husband has been working in Rwanda since October 2012. He's actually Ugandan by birth, but ethnically he's Rwandese. Historically, people have left Rwanda as refugees, and my husband's family was one of those families who left Rwanda and came to settle in Uganda originally as refugees. He's working for the government there on contract as an IT advisor, so he's actually implementing their national broadband network, which is a pretty big job and pretty exciting. But I'm hoping that when I go, I'll be able to contribute to the country in some way as well, whether it's to work in a school or whether it's to work for the education department there, training teachers, or whether it's a dream I've had to start a school maybe, or do something completely different, maybe to work with women in some way. So I want to take Billanook's service mentality with me and hopefully make a difference somewhere else.
Thank you for allowing us to come in today. We've really appreciated learning about the school from your point of view, and we can really see how the school's grown ourselves now. And we both, me and Zoe and Mr. Oates and the rest of the school, really do wish you the best.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and I want to wish the very best to you for the rest of your journey at Billanook, and also a very special thank you to you and to the whole Billanook community for what has been an amazing ride. So all the best to everybody at Billanook. Thanks very much.